Report allows Trump administration to James Watson, famous geneticist and Nobel Prize co-winner in the structure of DNA, dies at 97. James Watson, a renowned molecular biologist and one of the Nobel Prize winners for discovering the structure of DNA, died Thursday after a brief illness, according to a statement from his former employer. He was 97. His death was confirmed by a spokesperson with Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory, where he spent the bulk of his career, who cited he died following a brief illness. Watson, whose mission it was to figure out what the molecule of life looks like, won a Nobel Prize for it in 1962. James won a Nobel Prize in 1962. He later became the first director of the groundbreaking Human Genome Project and the first living recipient to sell a Nobel Prize, some of which went toward raising money for scientific research. I think early on I wanted to do something important with my life. I still want to think about science and really nothing else. Watson told CNN in 2013, being driven by the desire to find the truth. That's really my legacy. The truth, sometimes you don't find it and it's complicated, but what you always have is that if you can start with the truth, it's helpful. His legacy was married in later years after he made headlines for incendiary, racist, sexist, and homophobic remarks belittling various groups of people, claiming they had genetic difference. The remarks led to him losing some of his honorary titles. Watson, alongside Francis Crick and Maurice Wilkinson, is most known for discovering DNA's double helix structure in 1953. As you know, Watson, alongside Francis Crick and Maurice Wilkins, is most known for discovering DNA double helix structure in 1953. When James said, when I was 25, my college forensic critic and I published a very short paper outlining the structure of DNA. He also said to CNN in 2013, we thought it was a bombshell, and fortunately it was. It means James said, giving a interview to CNN in 2013, he said that when I was 25, my college Francis Crick and I published a very short paper outlining the structure of DNA. We thought it was a bombshell, and fortunately, it was. That groundbreaking discovery, published in the journal Nature, was a huge advancement in science. that gave way to the field of molecular biology. They cracked the code of how DNA stores information and how its special structure allows the molecule to replicate itself. His curiosity started at a young age. Watson was born on April 6, 1928 in Chicago. His signature curiosity was evident as a child. When he was 8, he wondered what makes birds migrate. The question seemed like a puzzle that he wanted to solve, inspiring him to go into science so he could understand how the nature world worked. After only 2 years in high school, Watson got a tuition scholarship at the University of Chicago, just a few miles up the road. In 1947, he graduated with a degree in zoology. He kept learning more about the field, earning a PhD in zoology at Indiana University Bloomington. It was there where his childhood interest in bird watching gave way to his passion for learning about genetics. Watson became Watson became mesmerized with the three-dimensional structure of molecules from his bacterial virus research at the university. He found out about the work scientists were doing at the Cavendish Laboratory in Cambridge, England, and a few years later he joined them to work there in 1951. He met VIP scientists and a discovery was born. Watson met two important people in 1951, Wilkins and Crick, the men with whom he would later share the 1962 Nobel Prize in Physiology, Physiology or Medicine. Wilkins showed Watson photographs of the X-ray diffraction pattern of DNA structure